Hey. Welcome to the tea. Yo, we have a hot one for you today. We are going to be chatting about holiday traditions, all of the hot tea for the holidays. I'm Sybil, your Energizer Bunny of a host, and joining me are the fabulous Miss Grace. Hey, Grace.
Hey.
Grace brings our comforting voice of reason. Yeah, she keeps us calm. And then we have, oh Lord Jesus, help me. We have our Miss Sass, Miss Nye Cruz. How you doing, girl? She brings all the sass and spice. What's wrong with you today? What? Say hi.
Hi.
She's warming up.
Right. Actually, I have my heat on today. Yeah, I have my heat on today.
Me too. It's 50 outside.
I had my air on today.
You got your air on?
Yeah. But I also did have on my jacket earlier because it was a little cold. But before we get going, we do want to pause and give a shout out to our sponsor, USAA, for making MilSpouse Conversations possible this year. Give a great round of applause to USAA. Leave some comments saying thank you to USAA. And if you have not heard about their Military Spouse Resource Hub, go check it out at www.usaa.com/military spouse. All right, ladies, are y'all ready to talk about these holiday traditions?
Ready?
You ready? But before we begin that, I do have a very important question that did come up. It came up in our group. Our viewers, we do have a private Facebook group, MilSpouse Conversations, where we just talk about random things. But that question was, do you wash your meat before cooking? Grace, do you wash your meat?
I rinse my chicken and pat it dry. But other chops of meat, no.
Okay. What about you, Nishita? You're muted.
Yeah, I wash the chicken. I have to wash that chicken. Sometimes it has feathers on it and stuff. And I wash like stew meat. Those big chunks of meat. But I don't wash the steak. Or like a lamb chop. I don't wash nothing that I want to sear. Because you want to sear it, it's not gonna happen after you get that water inside that cut. And if you do get it seared, you're gonna end up with a door stopper.
Look, I wash my meat. I rinse my chicken off real good. Okay, I scrub it. I gotta get all the gooey gunk off of it. My pork chops. I don't rinse my ground beef.
No.
No, I do wash some like yeah, so I saw a post that said, so we washing ground beef too, because if we washing the meat, we washing all the meat or we washing no meat. Like what y'all not washing ground beef? And I felt like that was a very good point. You wash the ground beef too? No. So it's okay to eat the ground beef with all the stuff in it, but it's not okay to eat the other cuts.
Chicken is the only thing I wash, so everything else is getting cooked.
You do have to I will, because especially with the steak. Yeah, because sometimes it's that dye on it to make it too red. Now I do rinse that off and pat it dry. You have to pat it dry. The steak.
Yeah, you gotta pat it dry. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The chicken really don't matter to me if it's wet because I'm gonna make a slurry to fry it anyways. But it's like that. I'm just saying, anything you have to sear, you're not gonna make it if you out there just soaking it in water, because it absorbs the water. Then it releases the water.
All right. Enough talk about the meat. Let's move on.
I know, and we didn't say pause like one time, but it's okay.
Cut it. Cut it. I gotta give Nishita a hard time because that's just what we do. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the holiday traditions. What is something that you do every year? You've got to do it every year.
We
For
play
Christmas.
Elvis Christmas music while we put up our Christmas tree.
You do what?
We play
What?
Elvis Christmas music while we put up our Christmas tree. Like the Elvis
Elvis?
Christmas album.
So we're gonna act, so we're gonna act surprised like you didn't say that last year or the year before that. She like, what?
Okay, well, this is a new show. So Grace,
You
Yeah.
say every year.
go ahead, sing us a little tune.
No, I don't sing. I said we play the music. I didn't say I sing the music every year.
What he saying? What he say? Come on, Grace, you want to sing?
Mm-mm.
What's the I'll
I
have a
don't
blue
sing.
Christmas?
Yeah, Blue Christmas, White Christmas.
Go ahead,
Oh,
sing it.
baby. I don't sing. I'm not singing, so we gotta move on now.
And look, ladies, regardless of how many times we talked about something, we talked about it last year, we have new viewers. They don't know the answer to
No,
this
I'm
question.
just like you give me a hard time. I'm giving you a hard time.
But you know what?
It
But
was
you know
just
what?
a little get back.
You know what? My get back is even harder. Now what?
Okay, Key.
All right. So, Nishita, does your family have any traditions?
Mm-mm.
No.
Other than just me and my son, and when my husband's home, we start giving gifts like December 1st. So we like give gifts all through the holiday.
That's cool.
That's one thing we do. We have
So
done for years.
what gifts have you given so far this year?
Dang, you all in my business, ain't you?
I'm concerned.
Anyway, you concerned? This year we just give small stuff like what did I give him this year? This year I got a little plushie so far, a Target one. I love that little Target dog. And a video game. And just some candies, cookies, little things we see at the store that's Christmas-y. And I gave like the same type of gifts, like candies, cookies. Like Starbucks had this cute little Santa cookie. It was so cute. It was like Santa. Anyways, and just little stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's been a while. We started early this year. Like, we started before Thanksgiving.
Well, what? Today's the 4th, December 4th?
We said
What's
before
today?
Thanksgiving.
We started early. So it's just been what else did I get? I think I got a shirt like for my son. I don't know. I just pick up things from the store that I see, like a little Santa plushie, or sometimes they'll have little stuff at the register. I'll grab little Santa things from a shirt, a scarf, stuff like that.
So let's talk about your holiday traditions because like from your childhood, your husband's childhood, was it easy to blend those traditions together, or was there a little struggle in the beginning? Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was a little tense our first year of marriage, Christmas, because I was like, you know what? This is what I've always done. This is how my mama did things. And my husband was like, well, this is how my mama did things. I said, well, let me tell you something. You don't live with your mama no more. You better adapt.
Okay, yeah, no.
No,
Nope. We did not.
because I'm a little bossy. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a little bossy.
Well, I don't really have parents, so I didn't have anything to integrate into anything. So I think my last Christmas, we really did anything. I was about 11 or 12. So there was a long history of now my auntie, she put up a tree and stuff, but she didn't have some. And then they cooked, my other auntie in Detroit when we moved here. But Carla, my husband, brought his I was about to say So I might as well say it. I said it right.
I know. I'm
He brought
I
his
mean,
home.
I mean,
So
it's
there's not a
okay to
million
say your
of them.
husband's name on the show. You want me to say my husband's name so you comfortable saying your husband's name?
No, that's not
My
why we
husband's
started
name
off.
is Marcus. Marcus,
Marcus,
darling.
which is the
Marcus.
same name as my son.
Which gets confused. It used to get confusing sometimes,
Yeah.
and especially with my
With
dog.
Sybil, because I'd be talking and she'd be like, "What you saying about Marcus?" I'd be like, "Not your Marcus, my Marcus." Oh, and the
I was-
dog. Yeah, my dog's name is Sasha.
No, my old dog.
Right. Oh yeah, her dog's name was Carlos.
Okay. Anywho, Grace, how about you? Was there-
No, my husband kind of just jumped onto what I did, which wasn't very much, but he like jumped into what I did, like no discussion. It was just like, this is what we do,
Right.
and we did it. And then we just like created our own things because we didn't have much to go on, so it was kind of like a fresh slate for us to do whatever we wanted with our own kids.
Yeah, same. Now we do have some. We had some Puerto Rican traditions that, like the food and some of the foods and stuff, but that was about it. And
Yeah,
them celebrating,
yeah.
they celebrate Three Kings. That's really big with them. So that was like something that we kind of celebrated over the years. And a couple of times we were there to celebrate it. So that was really fun. But like Grace said, just we didn't have any I don't know what we discussed in my house. We kind of just be like,
We didn't have a discussion. It was just
Yeah,
kind of like,
we had a But all right, ladies, traditions are fabulous, but there's something serious that we do need to remember and think about this season. And it is now time for Stroke Talks with Sybil. And my quick stroke fact for you today is, strokes don't take a holiday just because it's Christmas. Strokes happen every day. And here's your 60-second stroke fact of the week. Fast isn't just for wrapping your presents. You try to wrap those Christmas presents fast and get them under the tree before the kiddos see them. FAST is a life-saving acronym when it comes to stroke. F, facial droop. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. And T is for time. Call 911. Don't ignore the signs. They save lives. All right, ladies, and we're back. Now, let's talk about this lovely elf on the shelf. Which one of you conversation starters does elf on the shelf? Either of you?
this is our first year doing it. We've never done it before, but my girls from like being at school and stuff and like around other kids are like, oh, why don't we have an elf? Like, elf doesn't visit us, whatever. So we're doing it, but we are not joining into the whole like the elf makes a mess and all this chaos. Like, I have enough chaos in my house. I don't need to make more chaos with the pretend elf. Sorry. But so we are doing an elf, but our elf brings the stuff that we need for our traditions. So like, we give our girls a new ornament every year, and when they turn 18, they take their 18 ornaments, and that's for their tree whenever they move out, or whatever age they are when they move out. So our elf is bringing their ornaments. We do Happy Birthday Jesus cards, like a birthday card for Jesus, and the elf will bring the craft supplies. When we bake cookies, the elf brings the cookie dough. So it's just like a helper more so than like chaos, because I'm just not into that. I don't get it. Why put those ideas in your head? So yeah.
So there's no sprinkles everywhere, no glitter.
There's no mess, no chaos. It's a note and supplies, or just a note, depending on what it is. Like today, my husband put the elf hanging from the doorknob, and it was like, "Don't go to school yet. I'm gonna miss you." And then it was like, "Just kidding. See you when I get home." And so it's hanging on the doorknob, and they're not allowed to touch the elf, right? Like that's the tradition. You can't touch it. So they couldn't go out the front door today. They had to go through the garage. Just little things that are just normal in our day-to-day or normal in our Christmas traditions. No additional chaos.
I like that because look, I've seen different elf on the shelf watching it on social media, I would forget to move my elf, and my Elfie would be the sleepy elf. That's all he would do is sleep.
Yeah. More power to the parents who wanted to like all those crazy sprinkle and stuff. Like that's cool. Like I love watching it. Don't
Me
get
too.
me
I'm
wrong.
here to watch it.
I
I'm
watch
not
all those
participating.
videos. I see all the posts, and I'm like, yes, just not in my house.
Yeah, no either. But my son was older by the time, you know, that was really popular. So it wouldn't have worked on him anyways. He would have been like, he would have been playing with the elf with Sasha. Sasha, get the elf. Sasha, get the elf. The elf would have been in danger probably.
I've seen couples that are like empty nesters, and like the husband and wife are going back and forth, moving their elf,
Right,
and
like-
like there's like funny jokes and stuff, or like
Yes.
couple jokes. It's funny. I love
I'm
it.
not sure I could get my husband to even do that. He'd
No,
probably be
I'm
the same
telling-
way. He'd be playing with the dog with the elf.
I'm telling you, our elf would sleep. My husband would never move his elf. I would never move my elf. It'd be like, he's sleeping on the job.
My elf might come in and he'd be like with the finger
Middle
middle one.
It's also like the joy of having fun and like the spirit of the holidays, you know,
Yeah, like
acting and being a family. It's pretty cool.
Yes. And Grace, that actually brings me to my next question about this reason for the season. When you think of Christmas, what is the reason of the season for your home?
For my home, it's the birth of the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's number one. My kids know that like Christmas is about Jesus. It's not about the presents. It's not about Santa. It's not about all these things. Now, I mean, hot take, a lot of Christians don't want to do the whole Santa thing. In my house, we do Santa. My kids believe in Santa. It was a wonderful time of my childhood when I did believe, until I figured out it was my mother wrapping my presents. And so I won't take that from my kids. I think they deserve that innocence in those time of years of filling that special filling. But we do instill the fact of like, this is to celebrate the birth of Jesus, our Lord and Savior, who's, you know, saving us from our sins. So, yeah.
Yes. And we always, one of our traditions as well, Grace, when talking about Jesus, is that we always read the Bible study of the birth of Jesus. That is a tradition that we've had from the time me and my husband got married up until last Christmas. Even with our adult child, I say adult because I'm like, you're still a dependent. You still depend on us. She's in college. We're like, all right, before we start opening gifts, before we start our day for Christmas morning, actually we do it Christmas Eve. I read the story and we talk about the reason for the season every single year. And Nishita, what about you, my friend? Nishita's like,
What? Oh, I just like the whole thing. I just like everything about Christmas, the lights, the holiday. Like, I think that it is a certain cheer about the holidays that is not in the rest of the year, that people seem to be a little bit more friendly. And I do like that. I like all the cartoons, all the shows. Like, I don't really watch the TV shows or some of the movies I watch. Girl, my whole art stuff just be in the picture. But anyways, in the camera. But I like the holidays, the decorations. I like the music. I just like the whole experience, actually.
you love the holiday.
It's my favorite time.
It's a special time. People are in a different mindset, I feel like, during this time. Like, how can you be mad when all kinds of like Christmas lights and trees?
Well, some people are. Let's check out my Grinch.
The Grinch. But I mean, like, the Grinch is the Grinch, right? But like, everybody still loves the Grinch. Like, there's still love.
Yeah.
Right.
I like a good Grinch.
You're a mean one.
Ooh, the other day I was at the mall and I was just walking, minding my business. And then this guy in front of me, he was about 6'5", because I live in a college town. It's all these giants are walking around. And I was like walking past him, and he said, "Hey, Grinch." Kid you not, it was a 6'5" Grinch behind me. I'm almost ran. Like I was like, because I heard the Grinch say, "Hey, what do you want?" And I was like, I turned around. I was like, "Oh, that's a big Grinch." I think I would, but I held myself. I was like, "Girl, do not be running in your Uggs in the mall. This don't." Then I thought I should take a picture with him, and then I was like, "No," because then he'd be like,
You were scared. Nashida was scared. You were scared.
I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. That's a big Grinch to turn around and see it. It's like, and
all
then
right.
he started talking.
I'm going to head on to There Ain't No Way with Miss Grace. And Grace, you're muted.
I'm always muted when that happens. Anyways, for all of our viewers who have a Bath & Body Works in their area or who can get Bath & Body Works shipped to themselves, today's December 4th, December 6th, and 2 days on Friday. They will be having their annual candle sale. So candles will be $9.95. If you get mailers in the mail, go and check. They have been sending out coupons and you can get like 25% off or $10 off 40. It's a really great deal. Stock up on your candles. So you don't have to pay $30 for a candle because that's crazy, y'all. And that's my There Ain't No Way for today.
Oh, you know, someone in my house went to Bath & Body Works shopping yesterday and loaded up on candles. And
no. At the full price? Or was it like 40%?
No, they had a sale. I've got to ask that individual how much she paid. Because that individual, my child, who may be watching, Helen, which Helen is going to do the episode with me next week, since you two are taking the week off.
Hey, I have a good excuse. You want to hear my excuse?
No.
I'll pass. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. This is my little plug. My El Paso community, Toys for Tots, is still collecting toys in El Paso, and we need as many toys as we can because we're going to be gifting 20,000 toys to kids here in El Paso. And I will be helping setting up the store with my husband and the other Marines. So that will be why I'm not here.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Toys for Tots.
I'll let you off for that. That's a good cause. Yeah, I love Toys for Tots. Love Toys for Tots. All right. Now I have this clip I want to share, and I want y'all to tell me what you would do in this situation. Now, this was just an impromptu clip because it popped up in my Facebook memories literally like 5 minutes before I logged on to come on the show. So I want y'all to watch. Okay. Y'all ready? Viewers, you ready? All right.
A family's Christmas decorations nearly caused one man a heart attack.
Please hold on. All right. Can you reach it? Can you reach it?
The man in Austin, Texas thought this dummy was a real person. Nest Cam video shows the man rush over, grab a ladder, and call for help. He even called 911. The family put up the dummy to pay homage to a Christmas scene from a movie right there.
The Griswolds, right?
You know, Christmas Vacation. And they are trying to find the man to give him a gift because they say his heart was in the right place. Now, he felt it.
Oh, no.
He said, can you reach it? Can you reach it?
He's trying to be a good Samaritan there. It's making me cry. My goodness.
Now, ladies, that was from 2000. I think it was from 2018. But when I saw that clip, I laughed for a good 3 minutes. Now, what would y'all do?
I've seen that movie a bunch of times, so I probably would have just drove by the house.
I wouldn't have thought. I mean,
that was your house, and you saw that video. Like, this was your house.
Oh, if it was my house.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hilarious.
I'm about to call my husband. We about to laugh. Look at this clown outside the house trying to get the doll down.
Yeah, I'd be laughing. That's hilarious.
That
Like,
was
somebody
funny.
tried to steal our doll. He said, "Can you reach it?" He was like, "Can you reach it?" Like, it's a dummy. It's a dummy, silly.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, that what he was. His heart was in the right place. He was gonna go
Well,
save that
Good
guy.
person.
Save him. Put his cape on.
All
Well, his
right,
hoodie.
so as you're watching this, give us some thumbs up, some hearts, click that share button. Let your other family and friends know about the tea, because we are always spilling some good conversation here. All right, ladies, we're going to shift gears a little bit. I have this question about Santa. Now, Grace mentioned it a little bit about the gifts. Now, Nishita, I want you to answer. Give your 2 cents on this. Because when my girls were little, Santa did bring them gifts. There were gifts under the tree from Santa. Do y'all give gifts from Santa, or is it all from mom and dad?
I always just put. I don't know. My son never really. He was never really into Santa, so I mean, he was. It was okay. Like Santa was. I never said anything about Santa. Like, oh, I like Santa too. We liked him, but I think we always just gave each other gifts from each other. It was never because like I don't know how to explain the fact I don't have a chimney. I don't know how to explain none of that stuff that comes with Santa. So I was just quiet about it. Like
Santa can come through the back door.
then if he asked me, I'd be like, well, because sometimes some kids, I would say something like, oh, they don't have parents. I don't know what to say. Santa has to bring them gifts. He never asked me though, but I guess that's what I would have said. I don't know. He never even asked me one time, like, why Santa didn't bring him gifts. He's just opened his gifts and played with them. And they said like from me and then from his dad, and then some of them said both of us. But it just never came up.
So how do y'all feel about, because this is something that I used to see when the girls were younger. I see it sometimes now, but not as much because I'm not in that young kid community anymore. But I'm going to say moms, because it was always mom groups that I saw it in, about not saying certain gifts were from Santa because every family couldn't give certain types of gifts.
I saw that. I think, it's kind of funny you brought it up. I saw it the last couple of days. I had never seen that question ever before, but I seen it in the mom groups. And it's
What was
basically
the question? Sorry.
It was basically mom saying that like, don't give the most expensive gift you're going to give your kid from Santa. Make it from mom and dad, because other kids who are receiving Santa gifts might not be able to get something of that same caliber. So when they're meeting at school and they're saying Santa brought me an Xbox, and the other kid's like, Santa brought me, I don't know,
Sock.
Play-Doh, whatever, So the moms, I guess, are trying to convince other moms to not do that so that the kids aren't comparing. But honestly, like I took the stance of like, why do you care what I'm giving my kid from Santa? Like, that's not really I'm sorry you can't afford it. Maybe you can afford it next year, but that's not on me to not be able to give my kid something. Now, I don't do that, but it was a weird thing, a weird question. I wasn't on that side.
Now, I will
I
say,
don't know
Grace,
about that.
that was always my stance as well. I'm like, look, in life, whether your kid is 2, 3, or 23, whatever, when you're grown, whatever, everyone's not going to have access to the same things in life. So, if I want to give my kids an Xbox from Santa, then it's an Xbox from Santa.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know what you want. Now, for Santa did bring my girls Play-Doh. Actually, no Play-Doh, because Play-Doh was not allowed in my house. But you know, Santa brought socks and underwear, and Santa
Yeah.
also brought an Xbox. Santa bought, you know, a little bit of everything. But I never said, "Oh, I'm not going to put from Santa on a more expensive gift because Sally's parents don't want me to do."
Yeah, to me it felt like the people that were saying that statement were pushing the lesson to be learned, was preventing the lesson to be learned by the parents, doing that, than to just teach their child that not everybody gets the same stuff. Like, I think that's what it comes down to. Like, just tell your kid, like, not everybody receives the same things. That's it. Like, it's not my responsibility to not give my kid something so your kid doesn't ask you why.
Right.
No, I would never say that to my child, just because I don't like limiting thoughts and teaching them, or you can never have this, some kids never will. I kind of stray away from that, I always have. But it's interesting to have a focal point be outside of your home, to think about what Joanne, Susan, and Dietrich is getting for Christmas. Why are you in their business like that, sir? If they got something, maybe you didn't ask for that. Maybe you did. I don't like the part where it's like monitoring other people's households and also trying to govern other people. Like, why are you even interested in that? You have your tree or whatever you do for your holidays, and your children got what they got, and being happy about whatever you get is the point. Like, let's just all be happy. We had food to eat. We had a good Christmas season. I never focused on gifts. My tree, it was not full of gifts under there. There was like 5 gifts at the most under that tree, because one, I don't like to wait. I just feel like life is so short. Waiting for this one day to give all these gifts for me I couldn't do it. I'm not even promised my next breath, let alone to be here on Christmas. And so that was one thing that I focused on, was that. But like, Grace said, like, you're over here. How do you even know, as a parent, are you going to police your neighborhood? What's Santa bringing your daughter? What's Santa bringing your son? What's Santa, so that you cannot put something on? No, our business is our business and their business is their business. And kids usually aren't litigating those things unless the parents are driving it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
poor, look, you didn't get this year, da da da. No, just be positive in your own home.
Yes.
Because most
Hype
kids,
up your own gifts. I don't care if they were socks. I don't care. These was the best socks. Hype up your life. Don't depend on other people to bring you validation. Validate yourself. Validate your own kids and their experiences, and don't compare them to other people. Of course, we're competitive because it drives, ambition is good, and it drives economies and technologies and stuff, and that's fine. But as a 5-year-old, really?
All
Do you
right.
really want your 5-year-old to be out here like?
We're gonna put a pin in this, Mr. Shoot. Thank you very
You
much.
always putting a pin in it.
Look at our time. We gotta
I'm gonna
stay
be here
on
next
time.
time.
We gotta stay
God,
on
Merry
time.
Christmas.
We
Look,
gotta
you know, I got on that soapbox like, hold on. Why we even
You know
comparing the
what,
kids
Nashida?
anyways?
You know what you can do, Nashida? You can finish your thought in a video, and
Girl,
then we will.
come on now. You really
And
think
we
I'm about to do a
will-
video, but you know what I got going on. You ain't
Yes,
getting no
but
videos or nothing.
folks, you know what? I will do a video and share the rest of my thoughts about that question, because I do think it's a very important point to make. Because hey, we share our own perspectives here at No Spouse Conversations. That's what we do. So
Yes.
we want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But that's it for today. Remember to share this with a friend. Catch the replay if you missed anything. If you missed any of our episodes, you can always catch all the replays. They're on our website at millspouseconversations.com, as well as YouTube and on Facebook. And join us next week for more real and relatable conversation. All right. Until then, be fabulous. Sprinkle some happy in your crappy and stand on it 10 toes down. Did I do it right? 10 toes down, right, Nashida? Do it. 10 toes down. Do it, Nashida. Oh, 10 toes. I said 10
I don't
toes.
know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what you did.
All right, guys. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you. Bye.